So Formula One, we're gonna review I'm gonna talk about the practice because the two practices were quite hectic yesterday. First practice, obviously, the two McLarens were up top. Obviously as you would expect. However, Oscar Piastri had some car problems. He had a power unit issue, which it made him lose a couple of laps at the end. Miss like 3 or 4 laps. Missed 4 or 5 laps, I should say, at the end. So yeah, but it was a good. It was okay for McLaren in that FP1, and then FP2, the it was the opposite of FP1, where it was a 1-2 McLaren. FP2, it was the Ferrari 1-1-2, but we all know it's not. Ferrari always do this. They're like, oh, Ferrari are back, yay! They showed it in Monza, and then they went back to reality, and also Silverstone as well. So listen, I don't expect Ferrari to be the fastest at all. I expect Leclerc to be up there, but I don't expect Ferrari to be the fastest in any way, shape, or form. So yeah, um, but McLaren have they've looked good in FP1, but in FP2, that is not the case. If you look at FP2, they finished 10th and 12th. That's not good at all for McLaren. But obviously, it's practice, so we can't and you can't put too much into conclusion. Let's not forget Lando Norris hit the wall, which made him miss like 15, 13 laps, running on high fuel, which he said in the interview that he would have liked to do. So, and because up until when he hit the wall and his suspension damaged, he was looking good. He was like looking very, very quick. Salando, I think he's been looking very quick, but obviously the track punishes his mistakes. Oscar Piastri, he's been 12th position. He hit the wall. He's putting lots of laps in, but he hit the wall. So McLaren, they don't have the much as much of the data as the other teams have, because Lando Norris has missed like 15, 13 laps in the FP2, and Oscar's missed like 4 or 5 laps in the FP1. So not the data that McLaren would have liked, but listen, I still think McLaren will come back and still be up top come qualifying and come the race. I mean, let's not act like McLaren were not quick. McLaren were quick still. It's not like the Ferrari. Listen, Ferrari, yes, they look quick, but listen, they always do this in practice. So let's not kid ourselves. I think like I said a bit before, mainly the competition is going to be between two McLarens, Verstappen, because that's what I think it's a good description with what Lando Norris said in his interview, where he said Red Bull, they look not great in Friday, and then they go to sleep and then wake up and they actually really realize this. Oh, they have a good car, we can actually do it. And then they wake up on Saturday and they wake up on Sunday. It's like, and he's completely right. I mean, it seems like Red Bull, like when they sleep after the Friday session in two practices, it seems like they wake up and they feel something. They feel like, oh, now we have to wake up now. So, but at least Red Bull and Verstappen turn up when it matters. It's not like you don't have to turn up for this kind of practice sessions, because it doesn't mean much really. So it doesn't tell everything. So yeah, but like I said, as we said before, and I'll say it again, I still expect the competition between two McLarens, Verstappen, and also Charles Leclerc. So yeah, and yeah, let's not also forget, like when Lando hit the wall, and then straight after that, Oscar Piastri also hit the wall. Not much damage he had as much as Lando, because Lando had suspension failure, a failure suspension, something like that. But Oscar also hit the wall. I mean, the jokes sometimes write themselves. And people keep saying, oh, they told Oscar to hit the wall to make it fair. Listen, they didn't tell him to do that. I mean, even the drivers of McLaren, they're so professional and they're committed to the papaya rules in practice. I mean, it's unbelievable, honestly. Um, but yeah, it's a track that, like I said, it's a track that punishes your mistakes easily. It's a very demanding track. It's a very demanding track. Over a lap, it's 1 minute and 43 seconds. It's alongside. I think alongside Spa is very demanding. But Spa, at least there's not many like three circuit, turns. Turn 4, turn 5, etc. Whereas Baku, there's a lot of them, a lot. It's a track that punishes you mistakes massively, and I'm guaranteed it's guaranteed in the race. There'll be safety cars. There'll be red flags in qualifying, and someone asked the question that someone for sure will be compromised by yellow flag or red flag in quality. Someone will be compromised. Someone will be out in Q1 and Q2, or not start in a good position because of yellow flag. And I agree. I agree. I remember Lando Norris got knocked out in Q1 last year because of yellow flag. So it's a track that punishes him mistakes. So I think everybody, drivers like Verstappen and Norris and Piastri, Leclerc, etc., they're gonna have to put their laps in very quickly and quite quick and quite early, so that they don't get compromised at the end. So they're gonna have to do the best first, so that they don't get they don't risk themselves compromised, because someone might not have a good first lap, and like, what if Norris or say Verstappen or Piastri or Leclerc doesn't have a good first lap, and they're gonna have to try to go for another lap to improve, and then they're compromised and they're like, oh, and then all of a sudden they're out of Q1 and Q2. So it's going to be very, very interesting qualifying. That's for sure. Some of the big names, someone from Ferrari, someone from Red Bull, maybe Verstappen, I should say. Someone from McLaren could be knocked out in Q1, Q2 because of yellow flag. Because like I said, it's a track that punishes your mistakes. It's a track that punishes your mistakes massively. So yeah, that's my feeling. And is there anything else we could say? No, that's it. No, nothing else. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you. I wish you have a nice day. See you tomorrow for another video, and goodbye.